Here's Matt. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Play action. It's locked. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a carry from Mack. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's locked. And trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change your quarterback. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Middle. 12.
Now a first down throw. Luck. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to get it that time to Stills. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rodgers going to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. He completes it to Julio Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there. Coleman now. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here. For a good little game. They'll toss it to Coleman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
319!
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick here is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And the Colts coming out now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey already? Isn't that the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Talk. 11. 5, 6 to 3. Rip. Reggie.
Luck now to throw. And he's got his man Hilton. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are in for 6. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
319.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
319.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting a quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. Now that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Be right.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
They'll run with Mack. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Ebron caught left side. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Wide, 622.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Finds his target, Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
674. Be right.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And a short gain here down to the 22. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's go. Go ahead. 11.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards. final shot before the break. Luck. And his pass incomplete. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're up there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
12. Hurry. Tempo. 11Z.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14.
Hey, check 26.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I
good.
just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on second down. And Rodgers intercepted the third time. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch it and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
Let it roll, let it roll. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first and 10, Locke. And will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second and 10, Locke. And Locke will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off right around the 43. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Open man right side is St. Brown. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
We are going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Rodgers now on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Julio Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Starting the drive with a give them up. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On. 11Z.
Off of play action. Luck. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet get a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 12 more yards there and another first down. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So a big kick coming now for Dan Bailey. This for a fourth quarter lead. And Bailey able to knock it through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a toss play. This is Mack. That good for 22 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On second down, here's Locke. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
Hey, check 26. Kelly, on left, Kelly.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Go to 50. 26.
They'll look to throw. They'll get this one to the Golden Dome at St. Brown. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davison.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He's back to throw. He finds Coleman. And a broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oko over here. Hey, 626. Green 19th and on. Right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this is no good. Oh, it was on target, but just a touch short. And that's how this one comes to an end. Well, Charles, coaches always talk after losses about putting that behind you and moving on. But in a case like this, when you could have won it with a chip shot field goal and you miss it, that is going to sting for a little while, isn't it?
Some are tougher to put behind you than others, right? We always talk about compartmentalizing. What is the rule? Coaches always talk about 24-hour rule after a game, and then you move on. That's tough because that was a very makeable field goal. In fact, I think you and I were both just shocked that he didn't knock it through the post, and they end up walking off the field losers.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.